Hello there, Lee Presson here, and welcome to a brand new show entitled Last Night's Makeup. I'm here in a luxurious hotel room. The only reason I'm here is so that I can interview the fabulous Leslie Presley. She's only agreed to this interview if she doesn't leave her hotel room because, frankly, she's a little hungover. How you doing, my dear?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's go over the drinks we're having. I am, of course, having the prerequisite Pepsi Cola. What are you having?
I am I am enjoying a refreshing fermented apple beverage that was made by nuns who took vows of silence in the Andalusian hills.
Okay. Well.
Hair of the dog that bit me, Lloyd.
Yes. Enough of this gay banter. Our subject matter for tonight is we just played our very last show. Lee Presson and the Nails did their last show on stage last night, as a matter of fact. That's why the show is called Last Night's Makeup. It was a fantastic show. Everybody had a great time. We had people coming in from out of state, including Leslie here. So we're gonna ask her about that. I'm very glad you came to last night's show, first of all.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
And now I have to ask why you decided to come here.
Well, honestly, my first thought was, I don't know, because I haven't sung or been on stage in, 13 years? Maybe 14?
Yes.
So it's rough to think about getting back up there with very little time to rehearse or practice because I didn't want to disappoint anybody.
Yeah.
And also, I don't look the same, so that gets to you after a while. I was afraid that, just the regular stuff. I haven't been continuously performing all this time.
Yeah.
I've had a whole other life in a whole other part of the country. But it's also been a very strange year like no other. And I've been, as they say, exercising a lot of demons.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a good thing to do. I asked 3 people whose opinions I trust implicitly when you first sent me the email, and because I knew they would be honest with me, and all 3 of them said, and they do not hold back, okay? These are not people who pussyfoot. And all 3 of them said, well, how do you feel about it? And I said, well, I feel like it could be good for me. It could be fun. And they said, well, then that's what you should do. And I trust that. And I trust them. So I said, okay. And I did it. Cheers.
May I say that when you stepped on stage, you haven't missed a step. You were you were just as good last night as you were more than 20 years ago. And the crowd loved you. There was a roar of applause as you came up on the stage. Everyone was so happy to see you.
That was mind-blowing because it has been a very different world for me. I haven't been performing, so where I live in New York, it's just, a million other things. But I wasn't sure what to expect. I just knew that I would do my best.
Yeah.
And it was nerve-wracking because we didn't get rehearsal.
No.
There was just no time. I flew in.
We barely got a sound check.
Yeah. But how many people flew in? I flew in.
You flew in.
Bob Thies.
Bob Thies flew in from Vermont.
Effervescent and wonderful Bob Thies flew in from Vermont. And your drummer,
yes,
who I only met last night, who's...
JB
Oh,
Duff.
my goodness. That was amazing. And it was nice.
He's great, isn't he?
Oh, my God, yes. Just being able to stand next to that, and the horns sounded amazing, I mean, it's been a long time, and I think I've put a lot, you move on.
Yeah.
I tend to just look ahead, so I haven't really thought about it too much, but being up there when the band was playing and I was up there to sing backup, that's when I get to kind of really enjoy myself with no pressure, because I get to just listen to everything going. I get to watch you. I get to listen to the horns, which were fantastic. It was nice to see Mark Donnelly. He's one of the OG, old school nails. Great personality and just so much fun to perform with.
Yes.
I mean, he's a theater. So,
Exactly. He's a theater guy first and a musician guy second.
Yes.
And he's a very good musician.
Yes. And that's something I always liked about watching him, is because he would really watch you and react off of you. So I knew that I was just having so much fun with him last night. Like, if I leaned in to sing something with him, he was just there, like he always was. So that was nice.
Yeah.
So that was that was fun. I loved being up on the stage for the drum solo. I was just sitting there like...
Yeah, he's
being
amazing.
Yes, and just being around live music and musicians and being up there to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking me.
Thank you for coming.
I mean, thank you for having faith in me that I could actually sing, because...
I knew you could do it. From the very first moment I heard you sing, I said, that girl has got to be in our band.
We've got to put her in our movie.
Yes.
The girl who sings on answering machines.
You have such a beautiful voice.
Oh.
I knew it right away.
Oh my goodness.
We had an all-star lineup last night. In addition to the lovely Leslie Presley, Bob from Vermont,
Yes.
JB from New York.
Yes.
We had Bobby Rogers on tenor saxophone. He's been with us for over 20 years. Patrick Kress, who's only been with us for 15 years. And then there is
Only 15.
Yeah.
And that's about how long I've been gone, so...
Yeah. Mark Donnelly, alto, of course. Bob Thies was the trombone player. And on trumpet, Marvin McFadden, who's been high trumpet on all of our albums. I always have him come in and supplement the horn section. But he hasn't played on stage with us since 1997 at the Highball.
I was there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, last night was our very last show, and he joined us for it. And oh God, we were a powerhouse as we played Powerhouse. Well, what was your opinion of the show as a whole? Because I know you sat out the first set.
I mean, well, I wasn't in the first set, so
Exactly. So you only had to listen.
Well, I enjoyed it very much. I mean, I was off to the side watching it. You know, the original idea was that I was supposed to be some big surprise guest, and I was going to hide in the green room, which is actually a bathroom.
Yeah.
And but I couldn't do that. It was just sitting in there for like 45 minutes while all this music was playing, and all these people. I mean, there is something really extraordinary about being in a room full of people who all love the same thing.
Yeah.
That are all happy, and live music can bring people together like almost nothing else. You know, and I just had to come out, you know, and I was sitting with a friend of mine. I had a few really, really dear friends that came out it was wonderful, because anytime I was nervous, I just like got to pull a little strength from them, you know.
Yeah.
Our friend Tahad, lovely Tahad, we're mentioning you, Tahad, if you're watching this.
Hi.
Came out and helped me because I, for some doofy reason, picked a dress that I didn't realize until pretty late in the game that there was absolutely no possible way that I could get into it by myself. Whatever. So I needed her help, and I also just needed her very... she's just kind and lovely, and I don't think you could ever feel insecure around her. So it was wonderful. She was there helping me get ready, because honestly, getting ready to go to an event to go play and have fun, and then getting ready to actually be on stage. I mean, I don't know that this applies to everybody, but for me, it's very, very different.
Yeah.
You know, because you realize people are all going to be looking right at you. I've never been somebody who actually wanted to be the center of attention. I just wanted to be near you, and that was my that was what it was like for me. For going back, I just really loved working with you, and I love duets with you. So that was what made me the happiest.
Yeah. For those of you who weren't at the show last night, you're the biggest jerk in the world. But Leslie and I opened with a duet, and I just remembered right away how much I loved singing with you and how much I loved standing next to you on stage. We were always dynamite on stage together. It was great.
It was just strange luck, because I wish I'd known that when we met. We could have saved ourselves 4 years of complete and utter boredom if we had known of like swanning around goth clubs, just going, oh. And if we had just immediately clicked and gone, you know what?
Yeah.
But we didn't know.
Yeah.
It's just, I got kind of flung into the situation originally just sort of as a prop, and then as somebody who was just sort of set filler.
Oh, that's right. She wasn't singing with the band yet, but the band agreed that she was gorgeous, so she would just sit on the stage and be the girl. What else?
Yeah, I'm a superstar.
You mentioned industrial. I've been a fan of swing all my life, ever since I was 6 years old, but I knew it was very complicated. So I started in an R&B band, and after that went away, I became an industrial boy, and I enjoyed all the industrial clubs and listening to the industrial music. And I kept listening to jazz. I kept listening to big band jazz. And then in the 90s, thanks to performers like LeVay Smith and Vice,
the Queen.
Yeah, and Vice Grip and his band. Vice had a band called St. Vitus Dance.
Yep.
Which we would go and see.
Yeah.
And
Royal
Crown Review in LA.
Yes.
So when I saw all those bands and they were doing such a great time, I finally gathered enough knowledge to say, it's time. So I formed the Nails.
I still remember you and I were the very best of friends. We were very, very, very good friends.
Yes.
And I remember you were putting the band together. I was so happy. And I had no agenda, so I was not thinking about a way to worm my way in. That was every other girl you know.
No, you had no plans.
No, we were friends, and I was really excited for you. And then you told me the name of the band, and I was like, really?
You gave me the name of the band.
I did not! Oh my... Liar! Pants on fire! No, I did not.
No, it was a hint. I saw 9 Inch Nails one night. I called her.
So did I.
Yes, I called her up the next day. I said, I saw the Nails last night. You said, the Nails? And I said, yeah, the 9 Inch Nails. And you went, oh, okay. I thought you meant some rockabilly band called the Nails. And that started my wheels turning. So the Nails. My name is Lee. All I had to do was fill in the blank. Lee, press on, and the Nails. And a lot of people thought we were a joke at first.
Because I
The expression says it all.
I remember how many people would say, Lee and the Press on Nails.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
like, I don't give a...
Yes. I love that band, Lee and the Press on Nails. You know, I'm also a big fan of LeVay and the Smith Lickers. I love Big Bad Boo and the Doodaddies.
Can I swear?
Sure.
Fuck. Okay, that's out of my system.
Nice. We're going to bleep all that out anyway.
I remember you and I talking about, there was a band called The Nails.
Yes.
And they did a song, 88 lines about 44 women.
Yes.
And
big hit in the early 80s.
Well, on the Quake.
Yes.
If anybody remembers the Quake, you know.
Modern rock.
If you're Gen X, I think we're Gen X, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, because we don't give a fuck about anything. So yes, we're Gen X. And that was one song that was in rotation on the Quake.
Yes.
If you're local, you'll know. Local radio station played new wave.
Yes.
Played the new wave,
yes.
Alternative music, and rather odd songs. And that was a song that I remember 88 lines, about 44 women.
88 lines is a fun little tune.
Mhm.
There's not much to it, but it's a lot of fun. If you can find it, check it out.
Oh, you're going to get a comment now. But you had said something about, oh, I'd love to have a band called The Nails, but this was, yeah.
then
so you have for about 6,000 years now.
after we had been together for about a year, or not you and I, but the band,
Right.
For a year or two, I got an email from someone who said, you can't call your band The Nails. There's already a band called The Nails. And I said, we're not called The Nails. You know, Rebecca said, it's Lee Press-On and The Nails. And I said, go leave me alone. Go bug Trent Reznor. So
many naysayers who say nay.
yeah, they do.
And-
We were a novelty band. We got booked in rock clubs opening for bands like the Jazz Iguanas.
And, like Pride and Joy and stuff, right?
Yeah, they were a good band, but they played Motown.
No, yeah, I was trying to remember. So, like a Motown band, and then somebody else used to play this before I was in the band. I think. God, I don't remember. I don't remember how I got in. I like I said, I was a prop, and then, I remember you had you had like 2 sets,
Yeah.
and then that wasn't quite enough. So I got kind of like, well, let's put her in for a few songs.
Yeah.
And it was easy to do because I could do rehearsals with just the bass player and we had a piano player, I think,
Right.
at the time. And so it was easy to kind of shoehorn me in to like fill out the space.
Yeah.
And then I just never left.
It was a one-shot deal. We figured
It
it'd be
was
one
meant to
shot
be.
deal. We'd bring Leslie on the stage. She'd sing a couple songs. We'd fill some time, and it would be fun. And you went up there, and you did a fantastic job. And at our next practice, one of the Nails raised its hand and said, "I think she should stay with us." And you've been with us ever since.
Well, then we did the first farewell show.
Yeah, 20 years ago exactly.
Yeah, so I did have a rough moment, and that's why I didn't want to rehearse it. I just wanted to like come out with it.
Yeah.
And doing We'll Meet Again, I knew was going to be rough. So for many reasons. But the Deja Vu was just like, but I think I got through it. Not as well as I would have liked. I mean, but I was used to doing it with like Vegas Showgirls and when I had my combo, I had Vegas Showgirls.
Nice.
And I mean, you were there for that. You were in it, and you were wonderful as usual. But
Yes.
But more about last night. How did you feel? How did you feel about?
Oh boy, I have so much to think about when I'm on stage.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about my own performance. I'm thinking about the band's performance. I'm thinking about audience response and trying to craft everything into a good balance. And we ended up doing that. We were solid as a rock.
Yeah.
As Fishbone says, we were tighter than a gnat's ass.
No, the horns were amazing. I was just loving standing on stage, just kind of not doing much, but just being in the
Yeah.
sort of center of the music is amazing. And I have never had the worries that you've had, because obviously I've never even when I had the combo, it was very small and it wasn't the same. I wasn't doing arrangements. I wasn't having to we were not doing huge numbers like sing where you would like maybe improvise a little bit here and there. It was easier for me. And also I had you,
Yeah.
I've never had to do your job.
I would be what I think I would call myself your musical director for that band.
Definitely.
What else? Oh, I used to rehearse. This is how good my band is. We just rehearsed the horn section, rhythm section. Just me and Stuart, the bass player, and Isaac, the guitar player, and whoever our drummer was. We all get together and rehearse the tunes. The horns don't come to rehearsal. The horns have never come to rehearsal.
Wow.
They're so good that all I have to do is throw sheet music at them, and they're good to go.
Oh, that was fantastic. I didn't. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Last night, just because again, for like the fourth or fifth time, we did not have a chance to rehearse. I literally flew in, got settled, in my little room, and the most time I had was at sound check, which was very quick.
Yeah.
And I really just wanted to. I just really wanted that. At that point, it was just all business. I just really wanted to make sure it got done.
Yeah.
So we're up there, and there's somebody that I hadn't seen in like 25 years, and he's like, "Hey, Leslie," and I was like, "Hi," and he's like, "How are you?" I said, "Good." Okay, that's settled. Okay, can we do this now? I mean,
I'm a little busy right now.
Well, I'm sorry, but I mean, at that point, you do have to be kind of all business, and I didn't want to like catch up particularly. I just was like, we have to get these songs through
We got 6 minutes left. The door's open, and we gotta stop.
Yeah,
But, but I think we did very well with the time we had.
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it was quite a night.
Yeah. You mentioned friends. We had a lot of old friends coming to the show. We haven't seen some of them in years, but it was so very nice to see them actually come to a show again.
and
a lot of new friends, and it was just everybody was there to have a good time.
And make a night of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people showed up and they got tables and they made it was a dinner theater.
Yeah. Oh, we sold out. That's probably worth mentioning.
Not because of me. It's you. Nobody knew I was going to be there.
No, you're a surprise.
Yes, it was a surprise.
But
surprise. I think somebody asked me, "Oh, did you just come for the show?" It's like, and not to sound mercenary, it's like, why would I? Do you know it's 3,000 miles? No, I did not. I mean, respectfully.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I would not have been able to do that if I were not. I mean, if I were not performing some kind of function, I would not. I just couldn't have. I couldn't have made it work.
Yeah.
But just somewhere in me, it does make more sense to come and actually work for. I mean, I did this out of friendship, and for myself. This year has been about facing a lot of things that have been very, very hard for me. The year started like I wouldn't wish the way the year started on anybody. My husband, on New Year's Eve, my husband was in the hospital in an induced coma on a breathing tube. And that is how 2024 began for me.
Oh, tell them why.
My husband had went into cardiac arrest on the soccer field. He's been playing soccer since he was 7 years old. He's the healthiest person I know. He has more love for everything in life than anybody I've ever met. So
he's a very nice man. I met him. He's very good.
Yes, he's lovely. And he also is the healthiest person I know. Like,
yes.
We're all old school goths. We're not healthy people.
He had a heart attack. He was back on the soccer field, and a month later?
No, honey, no, dear. I mean, it was months of physical therapy.
Yeah.
And his memory was gone. So, I mean, that's how the year started. It was months and months of him getting his memory back and working himself back physically. Now he's playing soccer again. Now he remembers everything.
Good.
So he's doing great. But that's how the year started out. So that was like the first half of the year. And then I ended up going back to England and kind of dealing with some ghosts there. That was also very hard.
Yes.
Somebody who had been very dear to me died. He was from Brighton, so I went to Brighton to sort of, I don't know, look at the ocean and feel sad. Yeah. Also, a very good friend of both of ours that we used to go and stay with when we would go to England, she died a few years ago, very unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So I just went to go to the flat. I didn't do anything. I didn't knock on the door, but I just kind of needed to see it because we used to stay there. We used to go to England for a while. We would go like twice a year.
Yeah.
And visit her. So it's been a lot of that. And so when this came up, which was not long, not long before I went to England. I only got back from England about 3 weeks ago. So I don't know where the hell I am or what time it is right now.
Yes. She's got double jet lag. She's got British jet lag and New York jet lag. To her, it's like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And I don't know. I must have had a lot of fun last night. I mean, I wasn't blackout drunk or anything, but, you tend to get caught up in a lot of moments, and I broke 2 nails, so I don't know. Well, I mean, my nails. I had nothing to do with the, I did not harm anybody in the band.
No, not in the band. Did you have a tussle?
I don't know. I just broke 2 nails.
Just had 2 nails.
Bitch, I don't know. I just broke 2 nails.
It's okay.
What's with all the questions?
It's okay. I've got 8 of them. By the way, just because we played our last show last night doesn't mean we're going away. The nails will still exist on YouTube. And who knows, maybe even Leslie Presley will join us. Will you?
Well, I don't live here, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, well, thanks to the magic of our new Hollywood Squares type videos, the players can be anywhere. Bob and JB were on the last one.
They're
in Vermont and New York, respectively.
You're always like the Paul Lynde Square.
Yeah.
I'll be off into the side like the Joey Heatherton Square,
If you join us for a song, I will split my square with you.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's how we're going to fit an extra person on there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you for thinking of me.
Always.
Oh.
Is there anything else you'd like to cover? As long as you're here?
I just wondered how you felt about I think I asked you this before, but we kind of meandered a bit. How do you feel about the last performance you did with the nails? I don't think that's going to be your last performance ever.
Yeah,
I mean,
my health is failing, you see, because I've been jumping off.
He's dead now.
I'm dead. I've been dead for 2 years.
Yes.
I've been jumping off speaker stacks for a very long time, and it's taken its toll on my back. So it's very difficult to stand now, and it's extremely difficult to do shows. If you were there last night, you probably saw me stumbling all over the stage. But that's why we're calling it quits. Our Hollywood Squares videos are great because we only have to dress from the waist up. And you can play our favorite game when we do these videos. Guess who's not wearing pants? Yeah. What else have you got?
I mean, what if you were to do...
I didn't talk about the show last night.
Excuse me. No,
Sorry.
you haven't.
What else have you got? What was your question you were about to ask?
Didn't you just say you didn't talk about the show last night?
I didn't talk about the show last night. So what do you think?
I think you're all over the place.
I am.
Well, how did you feel about how the show went?
Well, I'll tell you. In addition to the stumbling around the stage and worrying about everything, and the persona phone acting up, but even because of that... Wait,
back the truck up. The what acting up?
The persona phone. That's what I call my collection of gizmos on stage left.
Oh, okay, all right.
I have a Malacat and a keyboard, and all goes into a computer, and all that stuff together is called the persona phone. I made it up myself. It's a new invention.
I got it. Okay.
But we had it fixed by the second set. We all sounded great. It was like it was back at the Red Barn. Actually.
Oh.
Because
that's going way back.
Our fair friends were there, and a bunch of other friends were there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so nice to play for a crowd of familiar people.
Yeah, those were some of your original supporters.
Yeah, some of them came to see us at the Highball. Last century.
Some of them came to the Boomerang, didn't they?
Yeah, the Boomerang was a great club.
Which was pre-highball.
Let me tell you about the Boomerang. We were very excited because it was very first San Francisco show ever.
Mm-hmm.
And we walk into the
Oh
venue.
my god. Oh, that's right. Who got you that show?
You did.
I know.
We walked in. There was this little stage, 6 feet in the air. It was,
Oh my god.
it was about 6 feet across.
Yes.
No way were we going to fit the whole band on it. But then we noticed a storage shelf running along the wall. And we said, can we put the horns up there? And they said, yes. So they cleared out what was already there. We set up the horns. We were 6 feet in the air. The horns were 12 feet in the air. It was an amazing club.
I'm glad I didn't really start my singing at that point because the vertigo.
You wouldn't have made it to the stage.
No.
Without mountaineering.
You remember that
equipment.
inner ear thing I got?
Yeah.
And I would stand up and just like fall over. It's like inner ear will just mess with everything. It's like there was a time that like 3 stairs looked like 3,000 stairs, and I'm like, there's something. It's not really what I do. I'm not an inner ear expert, but I remember definitely having an issue with that and a lot of dizziness, a lot of vertigo, and it was a very strange time. That's when the rumors started that I was pregnant. We'd been married like 2 months.
But you were there every night at the Boomerang. We
Yes,
played
of
there quite a
course.
few times.
Yes.
And the sound guy was, what was the name of your friend?
Mike Van.
Mike the sound guy. Mike and I got on really well.
And looked alike.
To the point that he had no problem at all getting on the speaker in the middle of the show and talking to me.
Yeah,
Sound guys aren't supposed to do that. But he did it, and he did it very well.
Well, he was more than a sound guy.
Yeah.
You know? He was a god.
He was. He was very good at what he did. I hope wherever you are, I hope you're doing well, Chris.
Mike Van.
Yeah.
You called him Chris.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Did I call him Mike?
Mike Van
Mike.
is his name.
Mike Van.
But for no reason at all, he calls him Chris.
Right. I got a bad memory.
Yeah.
So how was the show last night?
Oh my god. I'm hungover. What the hell?
You're hungover. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we both have last night's makeup on.
That's
Hence
true.
the title. But for me, what I think
That's
of the
how
show...
we came up with that, you see. Mm.
Yes. What I thought of the show, I thought it was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It was a better last show than I ever could have hoped for.
Better than your last show?
Yes, even. Yes. I had a sub guitar player for the last show at Tony Orbisito. And he was a regular, what we call a finishing nail.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaac couldn't make it, so Tony was there.
Right.
But
yeah.
last night, we had everybody come in. We had people from everybody who was a nail. Some of our best nails came in from out of state. And then I had the perfect lineup of locals. And it sounded brilliant. If you weren't there, oh boy, you missed a show.
Well, he's going to put some clips on when he gets the clips.
I'll do my best, yes.
But since it's less than 24 hours later, we have no clips yet.
I saw a lot of cameras, so there will be clips.
I know, motherfucker. I'm just saying we don't have them now.
I think we've covered everything.
I think so, too.
This concludes this edition of Last Night's Makeup. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next time. Pizza time.